Hi everyone, this is my game Lobo. It's an action-adventure game inspired by The Last of Us and Diablo. Here you can see I'm still on the prototype phase, but I want to show you the new updates I have been working for the last month. So let's get started. One of the new improvements or features that I added, it's regarding the shooting or the aiming system. So for that, let me grab the gun. And if I go to the inventory here, the inventory you can see it's a little bit like a mess. I'm still working on it, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you the new design. But the functionality, it's already here. So yeah, let's keep moving. I'm going to equip my gun. So now that I have my gun, I can equip it on my hand, and now we can aim. So if I aim, as you can see here, I have a very neutral crosshair. And at the beginning, I put those numbers there for me, for debugging, and I'm thinking, I don't know if it's, I'm gonna keep it or not. I think that information can be interesting for the player. So the way it works is that number shows you the distance to the target. In this case, it's the floor. If I go to the bottle, it's at 5.5. If I go to the apple, it's at 4.1. Let me go a little bit further. For example, that enemy, we can see it's at 11.2. And as you can see, there are two things here happening. When I'm out of reach, the distance goes red. If there is no target, I'm not showing anything. And then if I'm getting a target that it's like, let's say, not human, but like a target that it's a living target, then you can see like the crosshair changes. And I'm still working on that animation, but you can see the difference when you have something that it's living, that something that it's not living. So if I decide to shoot, let's shoot him in the leg. You can see it's already has like the particles and a little bit of juice. It's not like the final thing, but yeah, at least we can see we have some feedback. So let's try to do a headshot here, and yeah, that worked. So this is yeah, that was everything regarding the shooting. Let me show you here more stuff. So I'm gonna grab the sword. Let's equip it. And now I'm going to show you new stuff that I added to the stealth system. So for example, if I go here, and this is unarmed because I don't have any weapons on my hands, and I decide to go and sneak behind this enemy, you can see when I reach out a certain distance, I have this UI telling me that I can perform a stealth kill. So let's do that. I'm gonna press the square on the controller, and then there is this animation happening. As you could see, that thing that happened, like the enemy going backwards, this is because all the enemies have a death animation by default, and this is something I have to obviously fix. So what happens is the finisher has priority, so you play the finisher, and afterwards it plays the death animation. So I have to stop that from happening. The other thing I want to show you, if it's I go here, let me uncrouch, and then I didn't. I thought I had to equip the sword, but it's already equipped. So I'm gonna put it in my hands, and now I'm gonna go stealth mode again, and then I'm gonna do the same. So you could see the animation is different. So we have different animations for when you are performing stealth kills depending on the weapon that you have equipped. What else? Regarding the stealth, I still have a couple of things to show. For example, let's go and pick these bottles. Those are new items that I introduced, and they are I call them throwables because it's items that they don't have any value. You cannot really sell them or do anything with them than throw them. And their goal is just to distract. So here, if you don't have any weapons, that's something that I have to still think about it, and it's totally like a game design topic. It's do we want to behave like The Last of Us, for example, that you have to equip your throwable in order to throw it, or we can just throw something if we have something throwable in our inventory. I mean, both things have good things and bad things, and yeah, but both systems can have, or both ways can have its pros and cons. So I have to think about it a little bit. But so far, the system now, if I aim, it's gonna pick the first throwable item of in our inventory and use it. The problem with that is if I have a sword equipped, it's not doing it. So do we want to throw stuff when we have weapons equipped or not? So this is something I have to think about it. Let's try to distract this zombie here. It's not really a zombie, it's what I call a fallen, and it's a zombie-ish character, but it's a little bit different. So here you can see the trajectory and the impact area. You can actually throw things to characters as well. Still have to work on the impact feedback. It's a little bit confusing now. But let's throw the bottle there. Let's see if he hears it. So yeah, he went there. That worked. And let's try to distract this guy as well. Yeah, it worked. The noise that you hear, I have to change it because right now I just have one noise by default, and every time you perform an interaction, it's playing the same noise. So it doesn't make too much sense that when you pick up a bottle or when you're about to throw it, makes that noise. That noise should be just when it impacts or when it collides with something. The other thing I wanted to show you regarding the stealth is the tall grass. That's something that has been done in so many different games. So what I'm going to show you here is if I crouch and you can see the tall grass is that green area. So if I enter here, now I have this debug that it's saying that it's hidden. So even if I go very close to the enemy, they are not hearing me, they are not seeing me. But in the moment that I go and so he saw me and he started to attack. So yeah, that's the grass, the tall grass. Obviously all of those things need refinement, need adjustment, but so far the basic functionality is working. Here you can see I'm still they are still seeing me even if I'm hidden. So we have to, I still saying we, but it's just me working on this game. I have to do some kind of like a timer where they can maybe after some time forget about us if they don't see us, because right now once they spot you, it doesn't matter if you hide or not, they are going to see you and follow you. So this was all the new features that I added regarding the shooting and the aiming, and now I'm going to show you what I was talking previously about the new design of the UI. For that we are gonna jump here. So for the UI, I started to use Figma. I think this is one of those tools that a lot of UI and UX designers are using, and slowly, step by step, are becoming kind of a standard. So I decided to use it as well for my games. And here you can see it's a very nice tool because you can easily and quickly block out or make or design your layouts, and you can make them responsive as well. So it's very easy. If I go here, let me show you. For example, if I come here and I mess with the size, it's gonna, you see, it's working, it's being responsive. So this is very useful. I mean, this is a tool that probably it's more used for websites, but I feel like for blocking or designing your layouts for even for video games, it's a very good, nice tool to have. So once I'm happy with my layout, here you can see this is the inventory, and then if I click here, you go to the equipment, and here you see the different. Actually, I'm going to explain all of that in the Illustrator. So what I was saying, my workflow is I do the layout in Figma, then I jump into Illustrator to design the pieces, and then these pieces can go back to Figma. So you have your design implemented in Figma, and then at the end of the day, when everything works on Figma, you can then jump to Unreal Engine. So here we have the inventory, and you can see in Figma, I had this kind of highlight where you can see the inventory and the background. So so there are two interactable areas, and then this way you know what area is active. So I highlight the inventory, and you have some kind of background popping up, and here, well, it's the same behavior, obviously. So if we go to how I translated this to actual design, so we go here, you can see the inventory, it's highlighted, and then we have this kind of very subtle but yellowish color in the background. And if I go to the equipment, here it's the same. So we have the yellowish here, meaning that this area is where we are working on, or the UI is focused here, and the equipment is highlighted. So you can see the new design here. Obviously, here I put some items on the inventory, and you can see here the items that you have equipped. And then another thing I wanted to show, it's some kind of like a quick view of the item. So you can see this piece has 15 of defense, 25 life, and 10% durability. And if we go to the sword, we have a 15 damage, 25 life, and 10%. So without doing anything, just by default, we are already showing a lot of information. So we are being more friendly and usable, and you don't have to be like, trying to figure out what's what. So when you hover over an item, I'm showing a description here. So you have more information. Very important for me to have some kind of lore, so you understand better about the world, you understand better about the weapons, and makes you more excited when you find something. And then here you can see I have the icons, and then I have the description or the title for each icon. This is a way for me to educate the player, so next time you see one of those icons, for example here, you know what they mean, and I don't need to be repeating the description or the title. So what is happening here, I hovered over this sword, I'm displaying the information, and because I have another sword equipped, I'm getting a quick comparison of the item. So in this case, this sword has a 5 points more of damage, 5 points less of life, and the same durability. So again, without having to do any additional actions from the player, I can display information automatically, and I think this is very, very good, because in a quick view you can see like what armor, what weapon is better, and then if you don't like that or it is bothering you, you can always hide it or show it, as you can see here with the square button the PlayStation controller. The last thing is the equipment. So I was saying, and now it's highlighted the right area, and then what happens is when you select one of these slots, the character is going to zoom in. This is something I didn't explain here, but you can see on the legend, you can navigate through the slots, you can unequip some items if you don't like. The way it works is, when you're in the inventory and you want to equip a weapon, if it's already, something is using that slot, it's going to get replaced. If not, it's going to get equipped directly. And then when you navigate on the equipment, you can unequip stuff. And then you can rotate, you can see here, you can rotate and zoom in, zoom out the character. So that's why when, in this case, we selected the torso and this area has been like zoomed in. And the last thing I wanted to show you regarding the UI, it's a new piece I'm working on. These different treatments I'm thinking about. I think I'm gonna go more towards the yellow accent or golden accent, but this is a piece is gonna show on the left, on the left button of the HUD, and it's to display what gun you have equipped and what melee weapon you have equipped. And that's related to the part that we were talking before about the throwing items. So I'm thinking if we want to use or we want to equip throwables, are going to be showing up here. And then if you want to have consumables, meaning like food, potions, and all of that stuff that improves your health or improves your stamina, are gonna go here. So in a quick way, just using the D-pad, you're gonna be able to equip, consume, or all of that stuff. And here, other things that I want to talk about, it's obviously on the gun. We have the ammunition that we have on our inventory and how many bullets has this weapon. So in this case, the weapon has space for 3 bullets. I know this is just an example, but you get it. And this is the life of the weapon. So again, my goal is always to try to show as much as information possible without overwhelming the player. So you don't have to be like going to the inventory, check the life of the item, all of that. And the same for the sword. And then those arrows here, it's because I'm gonna allow to do a loadout. So you're gonna be able to have different swords or different melee weapons in a queue, and different guns in a queue. So similar to The Witcher 3, are going to be different weapons that are going to be more useful towards different enemies. That's why I'm allowing this kind of loadout with different weapons. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all the new things I have been working this month. And yeah, just a friendly reminder that Lobo is on Steam. I will leave the link on the description. If you want to wishlist it, that will be very, very helpful. I'm always posting all my devlogs here as well, so you are updated if you are following the game. So yeah, that's it. If you like this kind of content, or you like the game, or you're interested in my development process, you can subscribe, follow me, and and if you have any comments, please just leave them below. I always try to reply to everyone. And yeah, that's all. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.